Thanks for joining me for this Pilates mat class today. My name's Emily, and today we're going to be working on our glute area. We're going to be working on activating the entire glute area. A lot of times when we think of our glute, we just think of the back of the glute, not the side or the space between the side and the back of the glute. We're going to be working the whole area today, as well as a little bit of inner thigh and of course the rest of the body. We're going to go ahead and begin class with our ball right here above between our knees and our thighs. My squishy ball is filled up about 80% of the way to allow for some nice squish so I don't fall off of it or it doesn't pop out from my hands or between my legs, wherever we're using it. I'm going to walk in my heels. I don't want to feel it in my knees. I should be able to squeeze the ball with my inner thighs, wrapping my glutes already, starting at the side, wrapping all the way around and feeling an inner thigh squeeze. I'm not using my knees to squeeze it on the ball. Now, if your feet are out here, and that's where you're still feeling the work, that's great. We're not here to hurt anyone's knees or hurt anyone's hips. We're here to get a really nice workout. We're going to make sure that we're staying back on our heels. We can lift our toes and wiggle them around. This will ensure that our work is at the back of our leg as opposed to the front of our leg, unless otherwise cued. So, I'm going to turn a little bit of the diagonal so that you guys can see the work that I'm going to do. I have my hands down by my side. I'm squeezing my glutes to open up the fronts of my hips. I'm drawing my abdominals up and in. I'm wrapping my ribs, and I'm drawing my shoulder blades flat down my back. From here, I'm going to hinge at my hips, stick my booty out, and raise my arms up to shoulder height, bringing my fingertips up for me. When I do that, I'm not swaying up my back. I'm drawing everything in still. I'm still in a neutral spine, just in a hinge, and I'm going to squeeze it up and press my arms behind me to open my collarbone in the front of my chest. And then I'm going to hinge at the hips and squat and squeeze to lift. And inhale and exhale. Now that we have the movement and the breath, let's talk about the intricacies of the movement. I'm going to raise my arms, but leaving my shoulders down, still wrapping my ribs, and squeeze my glutes to open up my hips as I stand up. Abdominals up and in. And inhale. Wrap your glutes. Squeeze it on the ball even tighter. Don't allow your knees to go to the side. Keep the squeeze the whole time. Let's do 2 more. And lift. And on this next one, we're going to stay in the hinge and bring our hands behind us, reaching our fingertips long. Now I'm going to bend my elbows, bringing the tops of the palms of my hands to my shoulders and press it back. I'm squeezing my biceps to my ribs. I'm drawing my ribs together and in. The work is coming from your own body. You're just moving your arms, so you have to really press it and really squeeze the tricep at the top. Let's do 3 more. Keep breathing. And now leaving your arms long, we're going to pulse up. Reaching long still, so our shoulders are by our ears. And we're going to pulse 1, 2, 3, 4. Abs up and in. Flip your palms to face each other and now squeeze in. Still pulling your fingertips away from your shoulders. And now bring your hands down by your side. Pardon me while I itch my nose. Sorry about that. We're going to scissor our arms. Make sure that your body's not shifting with the scissor. Everything in the box of your body is staying completely stationary. But I'm going to raise my right hand up as my left arm reaches behind my body. And I'm going to switch. Wrapping my ribs. Abs up and in. Nice long neck. I'm gazing at the floor in front of me. I have a straight line from the tip of my head all the way out to my tailbone. I'm sitting back in my heels, so I'm really feeling the work in the backs of my legs and my glutes. And I'm going to inhale and exhale. Let's do 1 more. And exhale. Now reach both hands down, reach them behind. And now reach both hands up overhead. When you do that, don't sway in your back. Keep everything tight. Your backs of your body should be one continuous rectangle. Shoulders and hips. And reach down lower, squat lower. It's easy to come out of the squat when it starts to get a little uncomfortable. And lift. Boost your glutes and inhale. And exhale, lift. And one more. And exhale, lift. And you're with control. Stand up. Remove the ball from between your knees. We're going to take the ball now. I'm going to place the ball on the floor. I'm going to put my weight in my left foot. I'm going to pop onto the ball of my foot so that I'm in a demi-point forced arch position. And I'm going to stand my heel on the ball, effectively creating a one-legged position with support. From there, we're going to do our squats again. I'm going to stack my shoulders over my hips, draw my ribs together, abs up and in, reach my arms behind me, and then I'm going to squat hinging forward and stand back up. Same movement that we just did with two legs, the ball between our knees or thighs, right above our knees, but one-legged. Try to keep your hips even and really press through that heel standing up. Sorry, I forgot to move my arms on that one. And up. Here's 6. Squeeze your glute to press your hip forward. Let's do 2 more. Now keeping the work in our left leg. I'm going to keep my feet parallel. I'm going to bring the ball forward and I'm going to place my toes gently on the top. So I have control of the ball, but I'm not standing in the ball. From there, I'm going to press my foot away and bend my knee. My toes still hovering off the floor. I've rolled the ball up to my ankle if that's where it's comfortable. I brought my arms out to an L-shaped position. My leg that reached is reaching in front of me. My left arm is reaching to the side. I'm going to bring my arms down as I pull the ball in. And I'm going to bend and reach and pull it in. Keep breathing. Abdominals in. You might need to adjust your ball a little, that's fine. If you lose your ball, don't worry about it, keep going. You can do, you can do this movement without your ball. It just makes it a little bit more challenging. Requires a little bit more control. Don't forget to breathe. Try to keep your hips even. Ribs together, abs up and in. And on this one, we're going to stay out. Now we're going to pulse our foot down on the ball for 2, 3, 4. Deepen your bend or plie. 9, 10, and come back in. Release the ball real fast. We're going to come to Pilates V position. I'm going to take my ball. I'm going to place it up by the middle of my foot. So it's not at the back any longer. I'm not heel to heel. I'm going to place the ball in the middle. I'm still turning out. So my knees are tracking over my big toes. Same arms. Reach and bend. Track your knees over your big toes. And up and pull. Really wrap in the glutes as you plie and stretch your leg, or bend and stretch your leg, and pull. The movement's very small, very intense. You'll find that one position is easier to balance in on both sides than the other. Maybe one whole side is easier to balance on. Little disclaimer for if I fall. Abs up and in, ribs together. Nice long neck. Ooh, press down on your arms. Ooh, come here, ball. Ooh, see, easy to lose the ball here, right? And 8. And now we're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8. Pulse down. Weight in your heel. Pull the ball back in. Whew, shake out your legs. I'm going to move to the other side. We're going to do the other leg now. We're going to do the squats and then the extension and pulse, the one-legged work. I'm going to pop my left heel. So I'm going to place the ball under my heel for one-legged supported work. I'm going to place my weight in my right foot. I'm going to come up onto my right heel. So the exercise is up the back of my leg rather than the front for the weight distribution. From there, press my arms behind me, squeeze my glutes over the front of my hips. These exercises are not easy. We're going to hinge, or reach our arms forward, keep your hips even, and squeeze our glutes to press our hips open. And squat. Allow your gaze to follow the length of your spine. Straight line again from your head down to your tailbone. So your head shouldn't be looking up like this. You should be looking down. More at an angle at this point. And inhale. On the exhale, drop your belly to your spine. Reach your fingers long behind you as if you're trying to touch your mat. And one more. From there, I'm going to place my left toe on the top of my ball. Whoop, right at my arch. I'm going to reach out long, bend my right leg, and pull it back in as I stand. Squeezing my glutes to open my hips and reach. Try to stay as upright as you can. This exercise is about control. The ball is there for support more than anything else, so that you can really slow down the movement and really work in the back of your leg. And inhale. And exhale. Try to keep your hips even again. And inhale. And exhale. One more. Stay out there, pulse down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it back in. Okay, take your foot off the ball. Come to a Pilates V position. Place the ball at your arch on your standing foot, which for me is my right foot. I'm going to place my left. Whoop, my legs are getting tired already. Toe on the top. From there, I'm going to turn out by rotating my femur and my hip socket. Really rotate your thigh bone. Really wrap your glutes and plie and straighten. And we're gonna plie. Again, on this side as well as the other side, my arms are L-shaped arms. My working leg arm is reaching forward. My standing leg arm is reaching to the side. I find it adds a certain level of support and balance as well. But if you find that this is too challenging, please feel free to leave out the arms. Really wrap your glute as you plie or bend your knee. And here's 8. And now pulse down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pull it back in. Good job, guys. Go ahead and reach down, grab your ball. We're going to come on to our backs. So, place the ball between your knees, right above your knees, actually, and your thighs, just like where we had it. Hold on behind your knees gently, tuck your tail, and roll back to the mat. From there, let's go ahead and locate a neutral spine, making sure that all 12 ribs are on the mat. Nice flat sacrum. Our shoulder blades are nice and wide, nice long collarbone, open wide. Long neck. The back of our heads resting gently on the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Drop your belly bend to your spine. Squeeze it on your ball. Float your legs up to tabletop. Raise your arms up to the ceiling, coming out of where your sternum and your 12th rib meet. Nice wide shoulder blades still. We're going to inhale. Reaching our fingers long towards our knees. When our fingertips hover at the tops of our knees, we're going to exhale, crease over our sternum to curl up, reaching our fingertips down by our hips towards the end of our mat. Same thing on the way up. We're going to raise our fingertips to the tops of our knees. And then we're going to articulate down, bringing our fingertips back up out of our sternum. Inhale, fingertips to tops of knees. Exhale to lift. Squeeze in on the ball with your inner thighs. So wrapping your glutes still. Fingertips up on the exhale. Let's do one more just like this. Make sure you're keeping your flat sacrum the whole time. You're not tucking or tilting. And down and left. Bringing your ribs to your hips. Nice long neck, no crunching. And down. Adding on. We're going to bring our fingertips down to our knees. And when we curl up, we're going to press our legs out to working level. From there, we're going to draw our knees in. Raise our fingertips up towards our knees. And articulate down. Inhale, fingers to tops of knees. Exhale to press and stretch our legs. As we raise our hands though, we're going to pull our knees back into tabletop. Still and curl up. Then articulate down. On this next one, we're going to add on and really have some fun. Inhale. Exhale, press that. And it's time for the hundreds. We're going to inhale. 2, 3, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. While we're here, keep wrapping your glutes. Keep squeezing in with your inner thigh. Keep reaching your feet out long. Crease over your sternum, drawing your ribs to your hips. Don't crunch your chin to your chest. Think if there's an egg between your chin and your chest. You don't want to hold your chin up too high and let it go. You don't crunch your chin to your chest and get egg down your shirt. But we really want to squeeze in. Wrap your glutes. Drop your belly to your spine. Nice wide collarbone. Inhale. Exhale, one more. And exhale. And now pulse up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pulse in on the both inner thighs for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not yet. We're going to rotate our legs up. My right leg's over my left leg. I'm squeezing the ball and switch. And switch. If you start to lose the ball, again, make your rotations a little smaller. Reach long. Shake out your neck. Place your hands behind your head if you need to. 2 more. Pull your knees into tabletop. Fingers to top your knees. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Oh, good job, guys. Go ahead and place your feet down. We're going to hold on to the ball. Squeeze it between our palms. Nice wide shoulder width. Under your chest. Go ahead and articulate up. From there, I'm going to place the ball underneath, not my heel, more of like between my heel and my calf, not really my ankle. It's that little divot right here between your heel and your calf. That's where we're going to go ahead and place that ball. From there, we're going to go ahead, tuck our tail, and articulate down. Reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. It's time for roll. Inhale. Understand your chest. Press down on the ball to activate up the backs of your legs. Exhale to fold over your legs. Staying in your C-shaped curve the whole time. We're going to begin to pull back, drawing our belly to our spine. Shoulders down your back. Woo. When your sacrum hits, you exhale. Your fingers up to the ceiling. Inhale, creasing at the sternum when your sacrum begins to come off the mat. Exhale. Fold over your legs. Leave your biceps by your ears. Don't wrap your hands to the mat. Reach your arms long. Draw your ribs to your hips the whole time. Good job, guys. Inhale. Breathe over the sternum. Press down on the ball, but not so hard that you lose the ball. If your feet fly off the ball as you're rolling up, you're using your hip flexors. Try to put more emphasis in your abdominals or bend your knees. Halfway there, we only have 3 more. Inhale. Exhale up. Reach biceps by ears. Inhale. Abdominals to spine. Nice, continuous curve from the tip of your head all the way through your tailbone. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to pull back. Exhale down. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale over your feet. And now we're going to inhale to pull back. And exhale to roll down. From there, we're going to add on to this movement. Go ahead and place the ball back underneath that special area between your heels and your calf. We're going to inhale, exhale, curl up. Stay in your C-shaped curve. Float your right leg off. Bring it back down. We're using our abdominals to do that. Keeping both sides equally weighted on the mat. Inhale. Exhale, roll up in your C-shaped curve. Float your left leg up with your abdominals. And lower. Inhale. Stay in your C-shaped curve. Float your right leg up. You don't have to float it up as high as I do. Just even a little hover is really great, guys. Inhale. Stay in that C-shaped curve. feel like my left leg's much easier for me than my right leg. And I'm going to roll down. We're going to add on from there. Inhale. Exhale to curl up. Flip your right leg off. Pull it into a half frog. Extend it back out. Lower it to the ball and articulate back down. Inhale, exhale to left. Pressing down on the ball still to activate the backs of our legs to engage our glutes still. Glutes are still very important here. I'm turning out, guys. I'm rotating my femur and my hip socket. I'm really working those gluteal muscles. Flip my right leg up. Pull it into a frog, rotating that femur and the hip socket. And now I'm going to extend. And I'm going to lower. Inhale, exhale. This is our last one. Stay in the C-shaped curve. Pull your left leg up. Draw it into a half frog. Extend it back out with your abdominals. Lower the leg down, control it, and roll back down. From there, I'm going to pop my feet off, hold on behind my knees, roll up. So you can go ahead and grab my ball. We have some more abdominal work right here. I'm going to hold on my knees. I'm going to whoop, articulate down to the mat. From there, I'm going to hold the ball on my hands. I'm going to inhale, exhale, flip my right leg up to tabletop with my abdominals. Inhale, exhale, flip my left leg up. Inhale, exhale to curl. We're reaching the ball over my knees. From there, I'm going to toe dip my right foot and exhale to the left and left foot. Draw your ribs to your hips. Grab your ribs. Have a heavy sacrum. Guys, if this is too much for you, place one hand behind your head. Do one set like this and go ahead and switch. And do the other set with the other hand behind your head. Or get rid of the ball. Do both sets with your hand behind your head. Press in on the ball. Bend your elbows slightly to pull your shoulders away from your ears. Let's do one more set. Squeeze your glutes towards each other. Squeeze your inner thighs. Lift your leg with your glutes. Lower your leg, pressing your thigh away from you, and pull it back up. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Ball up to the ceiling. Feet stay in tabletop. Let's go ahead and place the ball between our ankles. We want our knees to track over our big toes. So we don't want our knees flopping in on each other or folding out with our feet touching. We want a perfect number 11. Place your hands behind your head. Nice wide elbows, but don't flare your ribs. Inhale, exhale to curl up, creasing at your sternum. Reach both feet away, double toed it, and exhale to pull it back up. And inhale it away. Now squeeze in on the ball with your inner thighs and wrapping your glutes still. I am sweating, guys. I don't know about you. I'm sweating. I am shaking. I can't wait for the bridge work. Crease up even deeper over your sternum, drawing your ribs to your hips, dropping your belly back to your spine. Pull your shoulders down your back. Let's do one more. Pull it up with your glutes, wrap, and articulate down. Now, take your ball. We're going to roll back up again. We're going to reposition our ball just for fun, and it's a nice break, right? 'Cause work with the ball is very hard. I'm going to take the ball. I'm going to put it underneath one heel, just like I did for the side leg work on the floor. I'm going to very carefully articulate back down, and then I'm going to find my position out of the balls. Kind of where I need it to be, right? I'm going to go toe to toe on this. This is going to be a one-legged bridge. Again, I am finding the heel, weight in my heel on my standing leg so that the majority of the work is coming up the back of my leg into my glutes. Again, I'm toe to toe, or as close as I can get, because my ball's there, right? So they're right next to each other. My hands are down by my side. Nice right collarbone. Lower abdominals are dropping down to my spine. My ribs are wrapped. Wide collarbone, long neck. I'm going to inhale, exhale, tuck my tail, and begin to articulate up into a bridge. Pressing my weight into my left leg, which is my supporting leg. I'm going to look down and make sure my hips are even. I don't have one drop one way or the other. From there, I'm going to begin to articulate down, growing taller, feeling the space between my vertebrae, trying to sit on my heels. And I'm going to lower. I'm going to tuck my tail. I'm going to lift. Good. Hold it here. Really squeeze up on the glutes. Really wrap the glutes. Draw your inner thighs together. Lengthen down the front of your body. Make sure that you're standing on your shoulders, not your neck. Your shoulder blades, not the tops of your shoulders. Articulate down. One more on this leg. Sorry guys. Squeeze your knees together. Don't allow them to go not deep or go out to the sides. Squeeze your glutes and articulate down. From there, I'm going to change my heel. I'm going to place my ball under a forced arch or a demi point on my left leg. I'm going to come onto my right foot for supporting. I'm going to place the weight on my right heel. I'm going to have a perfect number 11 with my thighs, and I'm going to keep the entire exercise so that I know that I'm controlling my inner thighs with my glutes, or with my inner thighs. I'm going to squeeze in on my glutes, really wrap them around, drop my belly button, my spine, tuck my tail, articulate up to platform on my shoulder blades. Squeeze my glutes, make sure both my hips are even. If I can lift up my head and look at my hips, I'm not on my neck. If I cannot, I need to drop down and soften my sternum so that I come out of my neck. Articulate down, reach your tailbone for your heels, or try to sit on it. Tuck your tail. Articulate up, 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 up. Squeeze those glutes, wrap it around. Draw in on your inner thighs. And tuck your tail. Or begin to articulate down, sorry. Now squeeze your glutes to press up, to propel it up. Now guys, as we begin to articulate down, we're not losing that squeeze on our glutes. We're still squeezing up and resisting the downward motion until our tailbone and sacrum hit. Now, I'm going to come into a frog bridge position. My heels are going to be together, my toes are going to be apart in a Pilates V. Both feet are on the ball in a forced arch position. I have my knees separated. I'm going to lower my arms. And then I'm going to inhale, exhale, tuck my tail, and articulate up. Really wrapping my glutes here, pressing my hips up towards the sky. This would be the same position if you're familiar with the reformer that you would be in for semicircle. Make sure your platform drives your shoulder blades, squeezing your glutes. Take a look up, make sure that both hips are even. We're going to stay here for another second. It feels nice here too, although it is work. Articulate back down. From there, we're going to inhale. Exhale. Lift, 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 lift. Squeeze your glutes. Wrap your femur in your hip socket. Make sure that you're not just flopping your legs to the side. You have inner thigh integrity and connection. So your inner thighs are working strongly. And articulate down. Inhale, exhale, tuck your tail, and lift. From there, we're not going to pop our hip. We're going to pop our glute muscle on the back where our thigh and our booty meet. So right in that smile line, we're going to pop that little muscle right there on the right side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay there. It's time for the left side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay there. Make sure both hips are even. Give it another squeeze and articulate down. Pull the ball out. Place it between your knees. Hold on behind your knees. Put your chin to your chest. Come up to sitting. Great, guys. You did a really good job. We're going to leave the ball between our knees. We're going to squeeze in, trying to line up our big toe to our knee to our sits bones. So squeeze in on the ball. Place your hands in front of you. Place your fingertips, middle fingertips, right where your 12th rib and sternum meet. From there, I'm going to tuck my tail and come back into a C-shaped curve. I'm going to rotate to the right, leaving both my back sits bones equally grounded. Come back to the center, staying in that nice C-shaped curve. Rotate to the left. Shoulder blades down my back, not rounding in, and to the center. Squeeze in on the ball. This is a nice break right here. Let's call it a break. And we're gonna go to the left. And back to center. Now to add on for fun, we're gonna rotate to the right and hover our right foot off, leaving equal weight on both sits bones and back through center. Draw your ribs to your hips. Draw your shoulders down your back as you go to the left. Hover your left foot. Back through center, place your left foot. Squeeze the ball the whole time and rotate to the right. And replace your foot and rotate to the left. And inhale. One more on each side, guys. That's it, I promise. Left and exhale. Go ahead and come up to sitting. Remove the ball. We're going to come on to all fours. I'm going to have the ball underneath my right hand to begin. My arm is going to be bent. I'm going to be pulling down so that my shoulders are up at my ears, pulling down to engage my lats right under my arms and pull it away. It's adding a little bit of instability for me. If this does not work for your world today, please go ahead and remove it. It is an added challenge. Otherwise, when I'm here with my ball, my shoulders are over my wrists. I'm going to bend my elbow, pull it back. My elbow's wide, but my shoulders are facing the floor. I'm not skewed and twisting in my back. From there, I'm going to press my right foot back in a bird dog position, but my toes pop, so I'm getting a nice calf stretch down the back of my leg. I'm not popping up my hip to do this again. My hips are square to the mat. I'm going to pull it back in using, you guessed it, my glutes. My legs hovering right here though. I'm not completely putting my weight on it. I'm going to press it back and stretch into that calf. Bring your toes towards you. Instead of leaning back, bring your toes towards you and try to get a stretch that way so you don't throw off the position of your body. Let's reach back one more time with a pointed foot. From there, I'm going to lift my foot and lower it. I'm lifting my leg by squeezing into my glutes and my hamstring. I'm not twisting to the side to lift. My shoulders and my hips are facing the mat the whole time. I'm wrapping my rib, and I'm not swinging out in my low back. This is glute hamstring work. Let's do 2 more. On 8, stay up at the top and pulse up. 2, 3, 4. This is all glute. And now we're going to go to the side 2 inches, pull it back across, pull it across your midline towards your other hip 2 inches, and to the side. While you're doing this, do not wag your tail, like by moving your hips. It's only leg work. So this is outer glute, and this is inner thigh. And outer glute, abs up and in. Press down on the ball. Make sure your shoulders aren't to your ears. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Now from here, we're going to come back to center. 10 small circles in each direction, the size of an apple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't allow this foot to pop off. You want to press that shin into the mat. Abs up and in. Pull your leg back in with control. Now, place your ball somewhere where it won't roll away. We're going to go into a star position, or a mermaid star, side body, side bend work, modified positions. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stack my knees on top of each other. My hand's going to be down by my side. So this is my left hand that's on the mat. My knees are going towards the right, my right hand, my palms up. From there, I'm going to reach up. I'm going to reach my bicep by my ear. Really lifting it. I'm not crunching. I'm lifting this side up, squeezing my glutes to press my hips forward. The side bend's nice. The glute work's what we're going for. Adjust as you need to and squeeze and lift. Glutes forward, 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 and lower. Shoulder down. And 1 more right here. If this is where you would like to stay, you're welcome to squeeze your thighs together. Otherwise, adding on, I'm going to take my top leg and extend it long. My toes pointed. I'm going to inhale, exhale, squeeze my glutes to press my leg forward. I'm not pressing into my leg. This is a one-legged side bend lift. I'm still using my glutes to press my hips forward. And I'm going to sit back. Squeeze my glutes and lift. Abs up and in. No twisting. And lower. Let's do one more. If this is where you stop, this is where you stop. Otherwise, we're going to add on. And lift. And lower. All right. So guys, we're going to bring our leg to hover it off the mat. Keep it here. Use that glute. Don't twist. And lift and reach. Reaching your top leg long. Shooting energy and length out of the leg. Hovering off the mat and lower. Leave that leg hovered. And lift and squeeze. Lifting your arm up, up, up. Wrapping your ribs, abs up and in. And lower. Woo, I'm feeling that glute on my left side. And squeeze and lift. Nice side bend. Lower. And now, lower your leg. We're going to switch to the other side. I'm going to switch sides so that when we do start, I can face you guys again. I'm going to place my ball underneath my left hand because I started my ball underneath my right. I have my elbow bent, pulling down away from my ear. My shoulders are stacked towards the mat. My hips are stacked towards the mat. I'm not swaying out my back. I'm drawing my abs up and in, drawing my belly button towards my spine, wrapping my ribs. I'm going to press my toe, dragging my toe behind me. Nice calf stretch. Don't pop that hip. Square the hips to the mat. And pull it back. And press. Calf stretch. And pull it back with your glutes. You guessed it. Press it back with a pointed toe. Square your hips, square your shoulders. Press your standing leg shin into the mat and lift by squeezing your glutes and hamstrings and lower. No swaying in the back to lift your leg higher. Lift and lower. Square your hips. Square your shoulders. Pull down on your lats to get your shoulders away from your ears. Good job, guys. Almost there. Stay up at the top and pulse up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out to the side 2 inches. Outside glutes. Come back to center. Pull it across with your inner thigh to your other hip. No wagging your tail. And out. Pull down on your lats. Wrap your ribs. I bet you're feeling that standing leg for sure now. The second leg's always harder. Halfway there on the outer inner thighs. Don't forget to breathe. Abs up and in and across. Bring it back to center. 10 small circles the size of an apple because it's October in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down with control. Don't lose your ball. We're going to do the Mermaid, Side Bend, Side Star, Modified series. I'm going to come down, stack my knees. Place my right hand down on the mat. My knees are stacked to the left. I have my palm flipped up. For some of this might not be a doable situation with knee problems or other problems. Please feel free to do Mermaid in a crisscross applesauce or Z-sit position, or with your legs in front of you, whatever you're able to do. And then we're going to stack our hips, stack our shoulders, and exhale, squeeze our glutes to lift up and open up our hips in the front. I'm going to come down. I'm going to adjust from there. So I'm scared I'm going to fall off the front of my raised mat. I'm going to squeeze and lift. Reach, 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 reach. Abs up and in. No twisting. Shoulders and hips face the front. One more in this position, and then if you'd like, we're going to add on. Good, guys. And lower. extend your top leg so that your toe is there to help track along the mat, but it's really a one-legged side bend with some support. Just like when we put the ball under our heel, we're going to squeeze, press our hips forward, and lift to the side. Lift up and out of your side. Don't crunch on it. Reach long. Think of lifting the side up and lower. And lift. Abs up and in. And lower. Let's do one more. Good. Adding on, if you so choose to, squeeze your glutes to press your hips forward. Brace that leg up. We're going to lift up and reach. Squeeze those glutes strong on the back. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders, and lower, leaving the leg lifted, and squeeze and lift. And lower. And squeeze and lift. Leave that back shin down. Mine just popped a little bit. Squeeze the glutes and lower with control. Lower your leg. Go ahead and find that ball. We are going to place it between above our knees. That's where we're going to put it. Sorry about that. I'm going to come back onto my forearms. I'm not going to sink. I'm lifting up in a neutral spine, pressing into my arms, pulling my shoulders away from my ears. I do have my tailbone tucked slightly, so I'm on my sacrum, but I'm reaching out, dropping my ribs to my hips ever so slightly. I'm going to squeeze, bringing my legs up to tabletop on the exhale. I have a perfect number 11, big toe to knee to hips, squeezing in on the ball. I'm going to rock to my right hip for can-can. I'm going to extend my legs. I'm going to draw my legs back in. Come through center. Now guys, when I rock from side to side, I'm going to the left now. I'm not light on my right side. I'm keeping equal weight in my forearms. I'm just rotating from the belly button down. Squeeze my glutes. I'm going to extend to the right. I'm going to extend my legs. Let's squeeze in on the ball once to my inner thigh. Bend my knees through center. Keep your toes in line with your knees, in line with your hips. I'm going to go to the left, reaching up and out. Nice wide collarbone. Extend and pulse once. Bend my knees through center. Go to the right and extend. Pulse, pulse. Bend through center. To the left. Equal weight in both forms. Pulse, pulse. Bend through center. To the right. Extend. Final one for 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a bend through center and to the left. Extend and 1, 2, 3. Bend through center. I'm going to place my feet down. I'm going to slide my arms out from under me to come down a line on my back. Place my ball right above my ankles. I'm going to extend my legs long on the mat. I don't want to lose my ball, but I don't want to be hovering my legs off, putting too much emphasis on my hip flexors. I'm going to reach my hands up to the ceiling, just like I'm going to plug my shoulder blades into my back. Inhale. When my sacrum starts to come off, I'm going to exhale. I'm going to float my legs up, just like on roll-up, just with a leg extension. I have a hold of the ball. I'm in control. I'm going to tuck my tail, leaving my legs where they are, reaching my fingertips long. When my sacrum hits, I'm going to exhale, floating everything down. My head and my toes should hit the mat at the same time. Inhale. Creasing up the sternum. Exhale when my sacrum floats off. And I'm going to come up and I'm going to pulse in on the ball for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have it in my lower abdominals. A lot of emphasis in my lower abdominals. I'm going to tug my tail. Reach my fingers long. Squeezing in on the ball still. When my sacrum hits, then my feet and my head begin to go down together and touch at the same time. Final one, guys. Inhale. Squeezing over my sternum, now my chin, my chest. Exhale to come up. And now I'm going to bring one foot over the other and just like in the beginning. Okay, 3. Rotating 1 foot higher. Woo! I'm beginning to lose it. Keep going. Abdominals. Come back to center. Tap your tail. And then exhale all the way down. Extend your arms over your head. If you can keep your ribs wrapped for a nice long body stretch. Otherwise, sit your arms down by your side for a nice long body stretch. And you draw my knees into my chest. Inhale. Exhale to roll up. Wow, guys, what a workout, right? We're going to do a modified chest expansion and a thigh stretch now on the mat. And then we're going to go into some push-ups. I have the ball behind my sacrum, right at the back by my tailbone. I'm sitting on my heels. My shoulders are up, back and down. My ribs are together. I'm going to inhale, exhale to press up, squeezing my glutes. Press the ball away from me. I'm not squeezing in on the ball necessarily. I'm just using it to pull my shoulders away from my ears. Squeeze your glutes and lift. Bringing your shoulders over your hips, over your knees. And lower. Hinging at your hips. Try to keep your body straight up and down the whole time. And use your glutes to hinge it up and down. Now we're going to add a squeeze on the ball. So go ahead and find the ball between the meaty parts of your palm. Inhale, exhale to squeeze and lift up. Whoop, come over. I came back a little bit. And down. It's fine, guys. Just make sure that you're noticing these things, that you can fix them while we're doing the routine. And squeeze and lift. It should feel like you're going to fall forward just a little bit, but maybe not. Leave your shins connected with the mat. And down. One more, and squeeze and lift. And now bring the ball in front of you. Pull the ball apart. Draw your shoulders down your back. Leave a slight bend in your elbows. Separate your knees so they're directly under your hips. And hinge back as if you're stuck between two panes of glass. Draw your belly button in, wrapping your wrists, raise your hands up in front of you for a load, and pull yourself back up again by squeezing your glutes. Really open up the front of your hips, gazing at the wall in front of you. Leave your shins in the whole time. Pull in on your inner thighs to pull up through your center line. Inhale back, and exhale back up. Let's do two more. Pull your shoulders up, back, and down. Squeeze. Long straight line from your knees to your hips to your head or shoulders. And up. One more. Whew. Keep breathing. And back. Up. Come back to sitting on your heels. Place your ball somewhere safe to where you can grab it. We're going to press back into a shawl pose. So come on onto all fours. Suction cup your hands into the mat, like my trainer Katie Riley would say. Drop up, deep, 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 into a very active angry cat. Drawing your belly to your spine, drawing your ribs to your hips, looking through your thighs, and then begin to press back. Stretching out longer, because your hands are not moving because they're suction cupped. Go back as far as you can, stretching out the low back, never losing that active stretch. Now press it forward. Press your shoulders over your wrists. Don't sink. This is a bent knee or on your knee push-up. We are going to do tricep push-ups. We're going to do three with one leg in the air, three with the other leg in the air. Wrap your ribs, draw your shoulders away, and tricep push-up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Squeeze your glutes. Draw your inner thighs together. Now lift your right leg into the air without popping a hip. Everything staying square, just like in bird dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. After this is feet in the air, guys. Draw your foot down. Press your left leg back into the air, leaving your hips square to the mat. And inhale and exhale. One more. Back, draw up into an angry cat, press back into that shawl pose one more time. Really suction cupping, really finding the length in your body, really drawing your belly button to your spine, and relax into a child's pose. Take one more nice big breath. From there, we're going to find our ball. Onto our back, articulate down, bridge up, place to place all 12 reps on. If you feel your back start to pop in these exercises, you are going down too low for your body today, and you should raise your legs up so that they're reaching a little bit more towards the ceiling or toward the wall in the ceiling meet. From there, I'm going to bend my legs into a deep frog. I'm able to find all 12 ribs very easily, no problem. As I extend, I make sure that none of my back leaves the mat, and I pull it back in. This is nice. I'm able to flatten my shoulder blades on the mat. It's a lot of abdominal work. And pull. Here's 4. We're going to 8. And I'm squeezing my inner thighs and wrapping my femur, my hip socket to activate my glutes. So we have not let go of our glutes, guys. Still working them. Wrapping our ribs there too. Whew. Thanks for a great class, everybody. It's been so wonderful. I'm going to point my toes up towards the top. I'm not tucking my tail and lifting my feet way off. That's not a stretch, guys. If they come a little bit towards your nose, more towards your nose, it's fine. But if they're here, you're not doing anything for yourself at this point. Go ahead and locate that lower abdominal and flex your feet down. Articulate through your feet to point and left. My ribs have stayed in connection with the mat all the way down and all the way up. I don't feel my sacrum popping off the ball. That's not helping you out either, guys. Leaving your feet pointed. We want to keep the work in our abdominals, keeping the work in our glutes. So as I press my feet down, I'm pressing my feet away with my hamstrings and my glutes, and I'm flexing, feeling the energy shoot down the backs of my legs until I pull back up. And down, and up. From there, I'm going to rotate my femur, my hip socket, turning my feet out to Pilates V. I'm going to open them wide to the side and flex to pull them together. Now, I'm working my glutes by rotating my femur in the hip socket and holding that position. When I squeeze my inner thighs to bring my feet back up to the top, I like for them to touch in the middle at the same time. On this next one, leave your feet flexed. Flex to separate your feet, point to bring them together. And flex, flatten your shoulder blades wide on the mat. Make sure all 12 ribs are still in. Now we're going to do circles that are the size of your squishy ball. We're going to draw them up towards our nose without moving our ribs or sacrum, and circle and squeeze. I'm turning out the whole time. Stretching long, extending my legs long, pulling up on the muscles on top of my kneecaps. One more. And up. And now reverse. Reach your feet away from you. Circle them to the sides and back up. And 2. Lower abdominals are key here. Wrapping your ribs. Great job, guys. One more. And for a nice stretch activity, leave your right foot up and extend your left foot long. Extending it long away from you, getting a nice hip flexor stretch. If you're able to, and if you like to, and you can keep control of your ball, pull your knee into your chest and give it a hug. Now extend your right leg up wherever you can and pull it towards your body. But don't tuck your tail to do this. Leave your sacrum fully grounded into the ball. Good. Now switch your legs. Hold on to your ball at first. Extend that right leg long, pulling up with the muscle on top of your kneecap. The straighter your leg is, the greater the hip flexor stretch is. Now if you're able to, and if you'd like to, pull your knee into your chest and give it a hug. Really breathe into the stretch. Extend your leg out to the ceiling. Your left leg, hold on wherever you can, and give it a little love. Give it a little stretch in your hamstring, but don't allow your leg to flop around on the ball. Ooh. My leg's shaking. Pull up the muscle on top of your kneecaps, Emily, right? Okay, I'm going to pull both knees into my chest. Give myself one more hug. Place my feet carefully on the mat. Bridge up. Pull the ball out from under me. I'll place it somewhere with control. I'm going to come up to sitting. I'm going to raise my hands up on the inhale, controlling my ribs. I'm going to exhale. And I'm going to release my final breath for class. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, have a great day. Thanks.